Why do you think music's important?
Why is food important?
I don't know. It's a bit cheesy, the first mind-blowing music experience I really had. because the band became a bit trendy, definitely after this. But the Velvet Underground, when I listened to Venus in Furs, that was like nothing. It was going on at the time, obviously. I don't mean in '64, but I mean on the radio or at school and stuff. And I had a similar feeling with Oasis when I first heard. That was more like good music's coming back.
Yeah. I think it was Minor Threat for me the first time I heard proper like DC punk hardcore. I was like smoking a lot of grass, listening to Zeppelin when I was like 12 or 13, and then Fugazi and things like that really kind of opened my eyes to a lot of different music.
That's a cool bands to say, isn't it?
Well, it's just what it was at the time. It was mixtapes and stuff.
I think of someone else now.
And Slint was like the next phase of like experimental music and stuff, and that just makes you open your mind about trying. You don't have to be able to play like whatever it was, like Pearl Jam riffs or some stupid shit like that. Like it's about you can create atmosphere and mood and song, and especially with the Velvet side. I had the same experience first time, and then it just dove right in. There's a few spots along the way you find a sound or a band. It's like a warm pool, and you just dive in and live in it for months and months, or even years and years, and then maybe you let go, but you'll never forget that feeling of in that first wave. It takes you back too, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Weird. I think I found a drum in the drum in the basement.
Is that your first memory of making music?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you could call it music.
Yeah, I think
it's more like primal banging.
Mine's probably the same. I guess like more organised around a campfire, sort of sitting down.
Yeah, you probably had like tabla drums and all kinds of mad shit.
Yeah, it would have been tablas and shit, man.
You giving it
I was giving it a bit of that, actually.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, that's very hazy memories, but yeah, it's got to be drums pretty much. It's the first thing you can really get any sound out of, isn't it?
Yeah, just as good for like bringing out a little aggression. We got like lots of energy.
Yeah,
it was the first time you could whistle. It was the first tune.
It took me years to whistle.
Is that really?
Well, now I can do 2 notes at once.
You could do 2.
No, I can't do it today.
That's good. That's a talent. We should record that. I didn't even know we had that talent in the band.
I've got a stock answer for the most memorable gig I played, but it really isn't the most memorable gig I played. I was probably up off my mind. Have you ever been in that place in the council estate in Mexico City?
Yeah.
And the local mayor came down and we had to pay to play.
Yeah.
Because they closed it down.
Yeah.
There was swimming pools of paint. It was just the sheer danger factor. It was like nothing over here. Like if you don't tread carefully, then you will die.
Yeah, that was really fucking weird. There were just cars painted and like upside down, and it was nuts. Yeah, they paid off all the cops so they could throw the party. And the neighbours are out, like all these old women were out in their.
Although they were on the balconies, it was like
flats in their balconies.
It was like a car park in the middle of an estate, and so there was blocks on each side, and everyone just came with a sound check, and the balconies were just like this. It looks
like they basically like a bunch of like tower buildings, and they just knocked one down. And then they're like, we'll have a gig in the empty lot before we build the new building. But some
art students have done something like involving big dangerous things.
Yes, because there was like big holes in the ground and shit, so they turned it into kind of.
That was pretty memorable, actually. Yeah.
It was really good. Memorable gig, yeah.
Why do you think music's important?
Why is food important?
I don't know.
It's important because it's a very immediate way to get to say something to.
Well, I guess if the only point of being alive is not to die, which is some German philosopher once said.
Yeah.
Then you said music is the thing which brings you closest, it's the closest expression of that being alive.
I can feel that. I can roll with that.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's right.
I think there's something about a song that's only 3 minutes that you've heard a million times, but you love it, and like to bring you into that place every time you listen to it. It's just I don't know. You can't put a finger on something like that. It's really something else.
I can't believe you managed to answer that question.
I know.
It's amazing.